All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Zoom user. We don't know who this is, but we're super excited that you've joined us for the World Fashion Forum. My name is Dinara. I'm the founder of YSO Digital. It's a marketing and business development consultancy based here in Bali. And together with Lesya, we are organizing this fashion forum for you, and super excited to have amazing speakers today. And right now, I would like to present our first speaker. This is Lesya Friday. She is extremely incredibly talented person. She's a fashion stylist. She is also a psychologist, and she is a blockchain enthusiast. I saw her clients actually, and the transformation that has been done with them is absolutely incredible. She's mostly focused right now on fashion styling for men, but she has more than 20 years of experience in fashion, and she's also a blockchain enthusiast. And together with her, we're a part of a new startup. It's called Unit Foundation, and we are tokenizing and creating a new token economy, actually tokenizing industries, cities, and businesses, and helping creative entrepreneurs, fashion-driven entrepreneurs, to get access to abundance. Without further ado, I would like to pass the floor to Lesya, and she will be talking about the evolution of the fashion industry.
Thank you so much, Dinara. Thank you for such an introduction. I'm very pleased to be here and host some of our other speakers. Thank you so much for joining us, and attendees as well. All sessions will be recorded, so we will be posting them in all our channels as well, and thus growing our fashion community, which we want to tokenize, as Dinara mentioned. So today I will be talking about the evolution of the fashion industry and tokenization, and I will introduce Unit as well. So this presentation is for you. If you are interested to be an investor into Unit tokens or industry tokens or the biggest cities tokens or individual project tokens. If you're an entrepreneur and want to use the platform for ICO, initial coin offerings, and raise funds for your own projects. If you're a contributor and want to join Unit core team to influence the future and pioneer in the space of token economy, we believe we are writing a history here. And if you're a speaker or an educator for our upcoming online Unit fashion conferences, Unit master programs, Unit ventures, Unit University, and able to share your knowledge in blockchain space, fashion industry, or sustainability. So, and that's, I would like to say why, and give you a perspective of near future development of the token economy and where does Unit want to be in the next 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. In 1 year, we are planning to fill all our core teams and finish token sales for Unit itself, industries, and cities. In 3 years, midway on being able to reach the tipping point of getting key stakeholders in the economy to use tokens. In 5 years, we want to see 15% of the economy using tokens, and in 10 years, completely shifted the value distribution of the economy where entered token powered. If you think about it, it's pretty impressive, right? Okay, let's move to fashion industry overview. Here are some numbers from Statista showing the global apparel market, which is positively projected to grow in value from 1.5 trillion USD in 2020 to about 2.2 trillion USD in 2025. For those who are interested, in 2020, the top-selling casual apparel and footwear retailers were TJX companies, Inditex, H&M, and Gap. Luxury clothing was led by LVMH conglomerate, and the top-selling individual brands include Nike, Zara, Adidas. Okay, here I would like to talk about some crucial future trends for the future businesses. In 2020, the industry posted record low economic profits with almost 3/4 of listed companies losing money. It is clear that the fashion industry, like many other sectors, will certainly exit this crisis in a very different way from how it was entered. Many fashion companies have taken time during the crisis to reshape their business models, streamline their operations, and sharpen their customer propositions. Reflecting on feedback from industry leaders, it examines the 10-15 key trends likely to shape the business over the coming years. Customer behavior shifted, supply chains were disrupted, but at the same time, the pandemic accelerates trends that were in motion prior to the crisis as shopping shifts to digital channels and consumers continue to champion fairness, social justice, and radical transparency. The future customer is well educated about the product and has high expectations, and they are only going to become more knowledgeable in the years to come. Brands would need to tailor assortments to attract more local customers as they become more conscious of worker welfare issues and the human impact of factory closures. Company leaders have to uphold the highest ethical business practices and overhaul business models that are exploitative of people and the planet.
You need to tell the audience what's going on.
I will interrupt my presentation for a minute, I think, because we're having a huge celebration happening behind the windows. It's a huge crowd, and it's Galungan celebration in Bali. And they just decided to stop behind our windows. It's going to be loud for a minute.
I also want to be fashionable.
Beautiful celebration.
There's a lot of people wearing white and they're playing all these different instruments, and it's like Christmas in Bali right now. And it's beautiful the way they look. It's just amazing. They're all wearing white mostly, white and yellow. Yay, we can do it.
Okay, we're good. Sorry for that. I will continue from where I started. So company leaders have to uphold the highest ethical business practices and overhaul business models that are exploitative of people and the planet. They must develop novel strategies focused on value, simplicity, downsized collections, high quality, and reliable production rather than discounting in volumes as was done before. The trends we're witnessing now, such as a digital change, in-season retail, seasonless design, and the decline of wholesale are mostly inevitable things that would have happened anyways. This will also be a time for collaborations within the industry, even among competing organizations. All fashion players like brands, suppliers, contractors, and property owners would need to share data strategies and insights on how to navigate the change. Recent data show that we have vaulted 5 years forward in consumer and business adoption of digital in a matter of months. Market valuations show that a brighter future lies ahead for companies that are heavily indexed in digital channels and Asia-Pacific region. The pandemic has compounded the demand for all things digital, which in turn has enabled innovation, efficiency, and new ways for business to scale up. E-commerce players, for example, have constantly outperformed, and by August 2020, such digital-first players were trading 35% higher on average than they did in December 19. Equally, the crisis has emphasized the need to move to more sustainable and responsible ways of working in all areas of the value chain. As the number of fashion players responding to this need, it continues to grow. it will prove to be a long-term blessing for companies, workers, customers, and the planet itself. Customer mindset shifts and accelerates a growing antipathy towards waste-producing businesses and heightens expectations for purpose-driven, sustainable action models. Consumers and increasingly investors as well will reward companies that treat their workers and the environment with respect. So the deep relationship that merge will bring benefits in agility and accountability. Well, for example, in response to that, some big companies are stepping up their sustainability efforts. Like Timberland is aiming to source all of its natural materials from regenerative agriculture by 2030. And British department store Selfridges has unveiled bold new sustainability goals, promising to stop stocking products that are not compliant with its new sourcing standards by 2025. And Allbirds has started labeling the carbon footprint for each of its products. Let's look closer to some of the trends. The interesting fact to zoom into the global AI spread in fashion market size. It's expected to grow from 228 USD in 2019 to 1,260 million by 2024, which is 5.5 times. And key growth factors for AI market include customers' demand for a personalized experience, increasing need for inventory management, and the growing influence of social media. Also, identifying future fashion trends in advance with customers' buying behavior analysis and other marketing solutions. AI refers to the use of powered technologies to streamline various processes from creative designing, manufacturing, and supply chain to marketing and sales, as well as product search and discovery, personalized recommendations, fashion trend forecasting. Major vendors offering AI in fashion software and services includes Microsoft, Google, IBM, and Facebook. These vendors have adopted different types of organic and inorganic growth strategies, such as new product launches, partnerships, and collaborations, and mergers and acquisitions to expand their offerings in the market. Fashion retailers and brands are progressively adopting AI-based solutions, including platforms and software tools. In addition, brands will leverage innovations, including integration of social shopping, reviews, gamification, and personalization, aiming to create a richer digital experience. This brings us to omni-channel marketing strategy, which became the most popular and effective as it becoming the best of human and automated services, the beginning of a truly bionic customer experience, as well as building personalized offerings and creating emotional connections with customers. Omnichannel retail or commerce is an approach to sales that focus on providing seamless and integrated customer experience from the first touch point to the last, whether the client is shopping online from a mobile, a laptop, or in a brick and mortar store. Fashion executives are shifting their focus on reimagining the industry right now. How will changes to the global economy and consumers' behavior affect fashion in the near future? Corporates start prioritizing innovation and digitalization. New digital opportunities are leading to create solutions for marketing, design, and new revenue streams across the fashion industry. For example, earlier last year, about 15 million euros were budgeted by the Italian government for investing in blockchain technology. This amount was set aside just to reduce the amount of counterfeit produced. As for previous year, fake products cost the economy a whopping 12.5 billion euros. Burberry, LVMH, Cartier, and Prada have taken a serious step to use blockchain technology. They integrated blockchain protocol, which will allow the customers to verify the authenticity of luxury goods. In 2020, Nike announced the acceleration of its digital strategy and investment in its highest potential areas. Zara said that it will it plans to cut 1,200 stores over 2 years and invest 2.7 billion in store-based digital. Burberry, Nike, areas, all investing in hybrid spaces and deploy technologies such as apps and body scans to create more compelling experiences. In China, innovations like live stream commerce have captured the imagination and helped to bridge the gap between physical and digital by bringing human interaction to the digital shopping experience. With so much buzz around the channel in China that global brands, including Ralph Lauren and Levi's and Burberry, have begun to experiment with it. And live stream commerce will accelerate in upcoming years as big tech firms and social media innovators enable direct online checkouts. Also, collaborations between fashion companies and video games are becoming more and more popular. A partnership between Ralph Lauren and Snap will create virtual branded apparel for avatars. And deal between Louis Vuitton and League of Legends introduced in-game skins to accompany a real-world capsule collection. And by the way, in gaming, the skin market is estimated to be $40 billion a year, while the global augmented reality and virtual reality market is forecast to reach almost $73 billion. Another example of Carling's, which launched a digital collection of futuristic streetwear. Customers bought the streetwear online and then it was e-fitted to their photos. The goal is to counter the wear once and throw it away mentality of online influencers. Balenciaga partnered up with Sketchfab to power the lookbook. The 3D clothing and models are part of Balenciaga video game fashion show now. So virtual fashion is likely to emerge as a significant opportunity for brands, both as a revenue stream and as a channel for product discovery. As retailer app downloads grows, brands are building next generation apps featuring storytelling and elements that connect digital experience to physical stores, such as in-store self-checkouts. Shopify found that conversion rates increased 250% for products that were supported by Triumph technology. So to summarize this direction, it's obvious that we are readily moving into AR and VR space, and direct to avatar economy was made by DigiSapiens, who comprise around 3.5 billion individuals globally and more than 55% of the total spending power. They are made over Gen Zs and young millennials who have grown up blurring reality and fantasy with the virtual world becoming their second home. DigiSapiens are trendsetters, trend chasers, and early adopters of any technology that upgrades and frees up their experience. They also care about the environment, scarcity, authenticity, and exclusivity. And they search for truth. Everything digital is right in this environment. Digital clothing, digital fashion houses, NFTs, these are the first fashion industry expressions in this direction. And yes, digital clothing is sustainable, unique, and new frontier. As people live, as people's lives blend more and more into the metaverse, they will have a better understanding of what the metaverse can do for them. By the way, digital property market for skins, avatars, digital fashion, and collectibles is predicted to be the largest digital economy in history, topping $1 trillion this decade. This is the direct to avatar economy. The future has arrived sooner than many brands expected, and this part of fashion will only continue to move forward. Brands would need to level up and digital fashion landscape and meet their consumers of tomorrow where they are today. Another interesting direction wired to technologies is smart clothing, which is more connected to normal bodies and physical reality. But why simply wear a garment when it can understand how you feel while you're wearing it? So what is it? Smart clothes, also frequently referred to high-tech clothing, smart garments, smart wear, electronic textiles, smart textiles, e-textiles, monitor clothing, or smart fabrics. Those are all clothing items that have been enhanced with technology to add functionality beyond of the traditional use. Some smart clothes use advanced textiles, while others implement sensors and additional hardware to deal with its smart functionality. A variety of companies have begun integrating technology into their clothing, which has resulted in smart clothes popping up in almost every fashion category. Among some of the most well-known brands experimenting with smart clothes are Under Armour, Levi's, Samsung, Ralph Lauren, and Google. There are some interesting examples of the many different types of tech, high-tech clothing. Smart socks by Sensori can detect which part of your feet are receiving the most pressure and send this data to a smartphone app. Smart shoes track person's workout, analyze foot position, and improve their performance. Smart work clothes were created by Samsung. Smart sleepwear by Under Armour, which absorbs heat from a wearer's body while releasing infrared light to increase sleep quality and improve muscle recovery. Smart activewear by Ralph Lauren t-shirt connect to a smartphone app and report fitness activity and recommend new workouts to a wearer. Nadi X yoga pants can sense when your yoga pose needs refining. Using haptic feedback, the smart pants create small vibrations on the body parts you need to adjust. And Naviana swimsuits got integrated with a UV sensor. Smart glasses by Snapchat and other wearables like Fitbit and Apple Watch. So probably streetwear in 2025 will be hyper-personalized products designed by consumers, empowered by technology. Consumers will 3D print shoes at home, hence 3D knitting shoes can be deconstructed and rebuilt, so consumers always have a pair of shoes that unique and individualize their own style. And further on how fashion needs blockchain technology. The fashion industry is still using very old business paradigms. Supply chains are long and complex. Establishing origins, intellectual properties and rights or royalties is very challenging. So applying blockchain technologies could help remedy many existing problems in the industry. Here are some very real applications within a fragmented industry such as fashion. Supply chain management. There are some obstacles with complex and disunited supply chains. Cost reduction is an obvious one and an easy to implement use case for blockchain. If fashion brands switch to use cryptocurrencies, it would reduce their costs. Inventory management is crucial for fashion brands. The clothing stock is usually the biggest cost and asset for the company. So it would be more efficient to store hashes of data on the chain where sellers and suppliers would communicate their stock levels with each other via the same blockchain. Verifying claims. By integrating blockchain, companies can prove the location of where the product came from, and consumers will be able to view and interact with every part of the supply chain of a product. The immutability of a blockchain offers a degree of security and transparency that was previously impossible to achieve. Protecting IPs and royalties. Designers often lose out on much of their intellectual property and associated royalties. And now it would be possible to attach IP rights to the same document that are stored with the supply chain and inventory data on a blockchain. As cryptocurrencies are gaining acceptance, more luxury brands are jumping on crypto wagon to be early adopters and to take lead. And some examples are major luxury watchmakers like Frank Muller and Hubble, for instance, have offered some of their products exclusively for sale via Bitcoin. Hubble brand is getting ready to accept general payments in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in their e-boutique in 21-22. Philip Plain has become the world's first fashion company to accept payments in 15 different cryptocurrencies. Some of the designers are issuing tokens, also known as initial coin offerings, ICOs, to their audience before fashion shows, for example, enabling viewers to crowdfund a design or a collection and become an investor. Also, this year, we could see rapid growth of NFTs, a new type of decentralized digital asset, certifiable, singular, like a unique work of art. In July 2020, total NFT sales surpassed $100 million. Major brands are already creating and trading NFTs. For example, Nike has used them to create digital shoes linked to real world shoes. Louis Vuitton uses NFTs to track their provenance of luxury goods. And Dolce & Gabbana's first NFT collection was sold for $5.7 million. Some brands and creators might prefer to use their own tokens to build their own economies and interact with their fans on their own terms. Though cryptocurrencies are still far from being a mainstream payment option in the fashion industry, this stage is set for a quick growth. Soon, there will be times when each brand and each industry will have their own cryptocurrency. And here comes Unit. Unit Network is the leading platform for building token economy and can offer a change to current concerns of different industries, cities, and businesses. As for fashion industry in particular, we can zoom into a few major problems which Unit can solve. For example, overproduction, non-ethical methods of production, poor regulations. It falls into 10 worst polluting industries. Revenue streams for independent brands have decreased drastically due to current corporate-owned fashion and mass production business model. The public is not that encouraged yet to support and invest in individual brands due to popularized fast fashion mindset. Lack of funds and resources for young creatives, non-transparency, no protection of IPs and royalties. What is Unit and how it can solve it? The overall goal of Unit is to solve wealth inequity by creating a token economy which completely changes the role of money in society, the way the internet did it to information. Unit empowers token economy via easy-to-use tools to seamlessly create and manage a token value ecosystem that digitally presents value captured by industry, city, business, brand, personal identity, idea, or anything else one can imagine. Unit transforms financial system the same way as smartphones did to information, Facebook did to social media, Google did to search engines. Built on top of Polkadot, Unit Network is a parachain which provides tools that make it easy to build and grow a token, enables decentralized banking, and is fundamentally designed to capitalize the token economy, widespread adoption of token for use, not just for investment, throughout the global economy. Yeah. So my time is over. I will be happy to answer your questions through links. I will post my links in the chat and you can ask any questions, following up questions to me. I'll be happy to answer and give you more links to study. Thank you so much.